Welcome back to Cables in 4K. So I haven't done one of these in a long time, so we'll run through about 9-ish cables here that I've picked up over the past 6 months or so. So yeah, I don't buy a cable a week. I do buy them on sale periods, and with 11/11 coming up, I thought I would run through some of my favorite custom cables and materials and ideas for your own cable purchases during 11/11 or after. So the basic rule of these custom cables is they do not have direct links to his store. I can't give you a link to almost any of these materials. You'll have to chat with him, message him on AliExpress to get these combinations or these materials, just the way it is and the way he operates. So let's kind of jump into it. So black sleeve cables, I already have a nice HCK block, which is BLOCC, which is a 2-core sleeved cable. It looks just like this, but in 2 cores. So this one is nice HCK's C4-1, I believe, which is the 4-core version. So each core is slightly thinner, and there's 4 of them. And this is a twisted version of it. So just like block is 2 cores twisted, C4-1 is 4 cores braided in the official version. So this is 4 cores twisted with black ear guides and black hardware. And he calls it L-type 2.5 millimeter. So that is that version. So very similar. This is the same exact material. So this is the black sleeved from C4-1, but in a 2-core version. So very much like block, but as you can see, quite a bit thinner. 2 cores, very nice thin cable. Thin cables also allow me to use these right angle 2-pin connectors. So you don't see these too often on standard off-the-shelf cables, and he doesn't offer this as a standard custom or as a standard option on his cables. But if you're getting something custom and it happens to be thin, and you like the look of QDC, which is an angled connector, but in 2-pin version, that is what that pin is called. So again, this is a 2-core version of the same material, and if you have any requests for other cables that he has, say a 4-core or an 8-core, and you want something lighter weight, he can typically do that, and that's exactly what we have there. It's a 4-core version and then a 2-core version of the same exact material. So this is my EJ07M purple cable. I don't know anything other than it is the purple cable. I don't know where it comes from, who was selling it, why he makes it. It was never listed in his store. He told me he had no interest in selling it, so I don't know if it was a failed mistake or what the deal is on this one, but it feels very similar to WhiteCrane or GoldenFall. It kind of has this a kind of a dense material, dense cable. The jacket is quite thin, but so yeah, I've no more information on it other than I call it the purple cable, and this is the purple cable in black hardware. So I just mentioned WhiteCrane and GoldenFall. So what you're looking at here is actually a combination of the two. So if we look closely at this, you might be able to see it. So you see that's 1, 2, 3 cores of WhiteCrane, which is SPC, and then you see the striped one, so that is GoldenFall. So this is 3 cores of WhiteCrane with 1 GoldenFall core that winds up into just the right ear. So you can kind of see the stripe only goes up to the right ear, and this is 2 stripes of just normal WhiteCrane. So this is that combination twisted together, which is what I originally wanted. The first version he did, he made a mistake and actually braided the 2. So you can almost see the same thing here. You can see you can see the 3 the 3 of WhiteCrane right there, and then the 1 of GoldenFall, and then it braids together, and same idea at the tip. The right color, or the right side, gets the yellow stripe, and the left side is plain SPC. So again, another idea, if you want to mix 3 of one and one different one to have a stripe, he can do that as well. I've done that a couple times here. Here is another one. So this is, I'm thinking this is a, if we look closely, this is, you can see the 3 cores of dark copper, and I think this is the 7N dark copper, and then you can see the 1 core of pure silver. So again, this is a very lightweight, very thin version, and he's used these materials in thicker cables, but this is a twisted version of 3 copper, 1 silver, with these right angle 2-pin connectors. And this was the original cable that I wanted him to try these 2-pin right angles on, because he said it needed to be a thin cable and I wanted something inexpensive. So 7N pure silver, twisted together, right angle 2-pin, 90 degree 2.5 millimeter, and you end up with a very lightweight copper cable, high quality material, 7N copper, pure silver. Just more of a tester to make sure that would all work, and it all did. So, but I still use that cable because it's so lightweight. It's kind of a nice one. So this one is kind of special. Again, this isn't necessarily custom, but you still can't order it directly. So this is a golden graphene. So those of you who are familiar with his graphene cables, they are sort of a silver with a black stripe. This is almost a pure golden color, and it is as gold as it looks on camera. Quite nice. So what's interesting about the graphene cables, and this one follows suit, was his graphene cables measure resistance very, very low, and this one measures 0.10 as well, ohms. It measures just as low as anything else, maybe as low as anything else here. So not quite a custom, but you also can't order it directly. So you can't do anything to this cable. You can't say, give me 1 core of something else. He said this material comes as it is. It's already pre-braided, so you can change the hardware, but you can't necessarily change the structure or twist it or anything else. It's golden graphene the way it is, pretty much from his spool. So speaking of graphene, here is another version. So like I said, his typical graphene is this silver with the black stripe, and if this thing focuses on something, we can actually see it, but I don't know if we're going to get there. So you can kind of see the SPC with that black stripe. So this is it 2? Or is it, I think it's 4. Let's see what's here. So if we look, so 2 cores of dark copper, and then 3 cores, 3 or 4 cores. So I think it's 4 cores of graphene with 2 cores of copper, which gives a nice stripe effect. So yeah, this is a kind of a special one that I asked him to do to see if he could do it, and it was a kind of a pain to do. But the overall effect of mixing the two is actually quite nice, and I very much like this cable the way it is. It turned out probably the color is better than I thought it was going to. It's a really nice, neat combination of that graphene, that grayish graphene, or graphene with the darker copper. So kind of a nice one. This was another test that went badly. So I think originally this was supposed to be 4 cores or so of silver, of pure silver, with 2 cores of 7N copper. So, and I said twist it, and then as it turned out, it wasn't possible to twist. So he said, do you want me to braid it, and I'll give it to you as a discount. So that is essentially what this one is just a discounted mistake. So you can kind of see it's 2 cores of copper intertwined with 4 cores of pure silver. So not a bad cable, just not what I had intentioned. And as far as sometimes I ask him to make custom cables and they don't work out, and a lot of times he will just say, do you want it? I'll give it to you for your discount, or we'll make another cable out of it, or something like that is what we've done. So this is an older cable that I've probably shown on video before. So it actually came up the other day. So this bright copper versus dark copper. He has his hybrid with the silver. So it's bright copper with pure silver, then dark copper with pure silver. So these are the two coppers together, so you can kind of see the contrasting colors and what it means to be bright copper and dark copper. One is like a brand new shiny penny, and one is an older, darker version of copper. So very much this isn't necessarily anything different other than it's just two materials he doesn't offer off the shelf, braided together. So 8 cores, 4 cores of dark, 4 cores of bright, braided together into a very nice looking cable. So this is another recent one. For those of you who follow Nice HCK's website, you'll know they introduced a while back a lot of blue cables. And I don't remember which blue this one is, Blue Island, Blue Comet, whatever the plain blue cable was, that's what this one is. And what Nice HCK has are variations on the color too. So what you're actually looking at, I think it's probably 7 blue with this 1 gray. So you just end up with a nice 1 gray stripe that goes up. Again, it probably only goes up to, well, we can almost see it. It only goes up to the right as well. So very similar idea to the other cables. This one is in blue, and again, it was one of those cables that I had my eye on. It was in his store. If you look at the original blue cable, it's in his store, but it's very expensive, and if you talk to him about it, he will usually give you a better price on it, and especially during sale periods, you may get an even better price on it. But kind of flat out looking at it, it was very expensive. I think it's over $100, and it's not clear why it's over $100, and it looks like a blue cable. So that is it. That is a quick run through some recent custom cables that I've collected over the past few months. So I'd like to say I'll do this more regularly, but that would mean I have to buy more custom cables, and I try to not do that as often as I have been in the past. So I will just hold it at, I will see you next time, and that next time might be soon or later. I'm not sure which. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.